So like I said, this doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have a lot of freckles. Okay. Take your tortilla, blend it by dabbing it. Kind of move it around a little bit so it's not so defined. Okay. Take your kneaded eraser, taper it, start adding little dots. Add a little bit of unevenness to his skin. Okay. Just kind of dab it gently. Gently dab. Not too much. Not a lot of pressure. You don't want to lift up too much. Now we're going to add highlights to these freckles so it shows that they're lifted. Okay. There's a dot right there. There's a dot. So add like a little bit of dot next to each freckle. Give it some dimension. Okay. Take your brush, blend it. Gently dab on the highlights, just to blend it a little bit. Okay. I also like to take this and use the tip of my tortilla and make little highlighted dots, you know, the stippling motion here and there, just to give a little texture. Take your brush, kind of blend it in so it's not so defined. Okay. Go ahead and taper this. Make little dots. Okay. Tip of my tortilla, make little dots. You may need to add a little bit of powder. Make a little bit of dots. Okay. Take your brush, blend it all in. Gently. Very gently. Bristles barely touching the paper. Just gently blend them in. Okay. Alright. Let's work up the eyebrows.
There.
I'm just feathering a little bit of tonal value into the highlights before we lift it. Found it easier to just add a light layer over highlighted areas and then lift it to give that highlight, you know, make it look really white. So as you can see, I do not use the white charcoal pencil. Anything that's white is actually the color of the paper. And that can be tricky sometimes because this paper is not pure white. So I have to find ways to make my whites look really white. And the only way to do that is if you have the white against something that's darker. So. Okay. Very thin layers. Alright. Add some more freckles. Add a little bit of the lighter freckles in here. Adding some highlight. Blending. Adjust as you go along, whatever you see fit. So. Light? Light? Good job. Okay. Let's work on that crease line, his forehead. Lift it up a little bit. Lift up the line art. Okay. Dip your charcoal, or I'm sorry, dip your brush into the powdered charcoal. Kind of loosen it up a little bit.